Access My India's chairman Pradeep Gupta broke down on live TV after he got the exit poll predictions completely wrong for the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. As he got emotional over his predictions defying the results, the anchors made a feeble attempt at consoling him while the camera kept zooming in on his face. They have been conducting exit polls for the last 10 years, covering 69 elections, out of which they have been correct 65 times. Access My India's exit polls had predicted a landslide victory for the NDA with 361 to 401 seats, aligning with the BJP's 400 पार poll slogan.
लोगों को क्यों आश्चर्य हो रहा है कि 400, 400, 400?
However, it is not just about Access My India's poll predictions going wrong. All other major exit poll predictions for news channels were completely off the mark this time. This raises concerns over the credibility, reliability, and accuracy of exit polls and the agencies conducting them, as well as the TV news channels that commission them and spent hours on TV predicting the number of seats over equally important aspects like vote share estimates or methodological details, forgetting the difference between real exit polls and estimate polls. Dipanshu Mohan writes, regarding exit polls, bias and the hype created around them, it must be acknowledged that the current pollsters' practice of not disclosing complete methodological details, particularly the confidence level and margin of error, diminishing their credibility and validity, the effects are dire as seen from what's happened to India's stock market performing in the past few days. Many questions arise. Does this indicate a manipulation trick to rig the Sensex market? Why weren't the methodology framework, margin of errors, transparency, or even the sample size of the polls questioned? How did the exit polls miss the ground realities as the results show? Mr. Gupta on 4th June blamed that the Dalits didn't speak and voters exiting the polls were unreliable in answering the questions. So why these issues not considered important enough to be discussed in the exit poll coverage? The trust and credibility of TV media have been continuously diminishing over the last 10 years, which is why they've also earned the name Godi media. The exit poll and election results coverage being the latest example of this. How long will it take for TV news to change the discourse?
Fault lies less with the pollsters, but more with editors, channels, and media houses. Can we ensure, instead of doing this theater of dancing and crying, can we have the following things? Number one, that every channel or editor should say, I want to have a proof that you are actually conducting a survey, that you are not cooking up figures. Number two, show me the methodology, and we will publish the methodology. You see, in earlier years, you would say, अखबार में तो इतना छाप नहीं सकते, space नहीं. Now in the internet, you can publish 100 pages if you want. So methodology has to be given and substantiated. Number three, tell me the sample profile. You say you have interviewed 1 lakh people. Tell me how many were people, how many urban, how many men, how many women, how many Dalits, how many Muslims, how many upper caste. Why don't you give me a breakup of that so that I can match it up with the population figures? I see the CSDS doing it all the time, religiously, which is why I continue to take them very seriously. I don't see many others do so. I must, however, say that Access My India poll did make some of these things public. Although the sampling methodology still beats me. I still don't know how exactly were they sampling things. If there is a pollster who's giving the entire country a major poll, should I not know that his bread and butter actually comes from BJP? That he's actually the main pollster for the Bharatiya Janata Party? There's nothing wrong with that. It's a perfectly legitimate thing for you to do. But it is my right to know this. Why am I not told about this? So I would say, please stop this drama of dance and crime. Please be transparent. And if that is the one lesson we can learn, we would have much better research, much better polling, which is important.